Hello everyone, welcome to Live Interactive English. I'm Mike.
I am Rainbow.
And it's part two
of
Banking for International Students, where we're spending a little bit of time learning about the maybe not fun, but important task of going to a bank in a foreign country when you're studying there and getting a bank account, a credit card, getting help from the bank to do things that can be a little complicated. Now, I don't know about you, Rainbow. I like to keep my bank life nice and simple. I don't like to go to the bank too much. I don't like to borrow from the bank too much. If I spend money, I like to pay it back as fast as possible, because I find this stuff confusing, kind of boring, and just a lot of trouble. What about you?
It's a lot of work. Well,
you keep your banking life and your money life kind of simple, or are you the kind of person with 5 credit cards and you're always using this to pay for that and getting interest on this and buying stocks and, all that stuff?
0 credit cards.
No credit cards.
Just debit.
Very simple.
Very simple.
Isn't it nice?
It's super nice.
It is nice, but sometimes in your life you do need to get a little bit complicated with your banking life. If you're buying a house, if you want to buy a car, things like that sometimes take a bit more money, and a few things might happen along the way that can lead you to having more trouble, more questions, and needing more help from your local bank. So let's check out the third problem, or the third issue we're going to deal with as an international student at the bank. Danny has returned to the bank.
I recently opened a college checking account. It's not supposed to have any monthly fees, but I saw a pretty big one on my last statement.
Okay, let me pull up your account. You were charged a small fee because you overdrew your account balance.
I don't understand. I have overdraft protection, so I thought that I wouldn't be charged for having a negative balance.
Not exactly. The main purpose of overdraft protection is to ensure your transactions are completed even if you have insufficient funds. Overdraft protection automatically transfers funds from up to 3 linked accounts if you overdraw your account balance. However, you're still charged a transfer fee.
All right, so yes, banking for international students, part 2, number 3. So what are we going to be learning about or getting help with today?
Learning about overdraft protection.
Overdraft protection.
What on earth is that?
Something I've never had a problem with, but okay.
Danny has returned to the bank. We have Danny again.
Yeah, Danny's back. So obviously he got his bank account open. That's good.
Works.
But now he's got an issue with overdraft protection. All right, well, we won't get into too many of the details. You can go to the bank and ask about overdraft protection. But we will tell you about this word protection because it's useful in lots of ways, because protection is keeping yourself safe. If you protect something, you keep it safe from danger. A helmet will protect your head when you're riding on a motorcycle, that kind of thing. So protection is anything that protects you. If you put on a hat, you'll get protection from the sun. If you put on your seatbelt in a car, you'll get protection in case you get into an accident. It keeps you safe, this thing or this action. For example, Logan's hat provided some protection from the sun's harmful rays. Also, it gave him protection from birds pooping on his head.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
That's good protection.
Hats are a good idea.
Yeah. All right, let's check out Danny. What's his problem? Danny says, I recently opened a college checking account. It's not supposed to have any monthly fees, but I saw a pretty big one on my last statement. Well, first of all, good job, Danny. You're paying attention to the letters that the bank sends you, that information, his bank statement. And he noticed there that there was a fee. They were charging him. He was paying extra for some kind of service from the bank. And he doesn't remember asking for this service, or, he doesn't remember them telling him about it. So, as a smart person, he's going in to say, what's this all about? Why am I paying you money for something?
Okay, so the teller says, okay, let me pull up your account. So the teller is looking for information on the computer. You were charged a small fee because you overdrew your account balance. Oh, that means he took out too much money, I think.
Basically, yeah, when you overdraw yourself, when you get overdrawn, we could also use that in that way. Basically, you're taking more money out of your bank account than is there. Now, the bank will often lend you a little bit of extra money in case it's an emergency. But, you know, this can make a few problems and can cause the bank to ask questions or charge you a fee. But Danny says, I don't understand. So even though you tell me that, I still don't get it. And he explains why he doesn't understand. He says, I have overdraft protection. So I thought that I wouldn't be charged for having a negative balance. So he knows about this money that was taken out. He knows it was a little bit more than he had, but he believes his overdraft protection, which I guess he pays a bit for, would stop him from having any fees if he gets overdrawn.
Not exactly. The main purpose of overdraft protection is to ensure your transactions are completed, even if you have insufficient funds. So even if you don't have enough money, you should be able to pay your bills. Overdraft protection automatically transfers funds from up to 3 linked accounts if you overdrew your account balance. That's a little bit complicated.
It is.
However, you're still charged a transfer fee. So what I'm hearing is he's just going to be charged.
Well, he's going to be charged the transfer fee. So basically, here's your bank account. If you take too much out, that bank account is linked maybe to his parents' bank account, maybe his bank account back in his home country.
Oh, I see.
And they take the money from there, but just moving that money will cost you some money. It's kind of like the way you pay someone to deliver a package from here to here. The package you've already paid for, but you still have to pay for the delivery. That's where these funds will come from.
Yeah, right. So speaking of money, that's what funds means. Funds means money. So I deposited some funds into your account. This is money for a specific purpose, something that you want to use it for. It's not just, oh, here's some money. It's maybe a fund for something you're about to spend on, a big purchase or something official. And we also have the word automatically.
Yeah, this money got transferred automatically. When something happens automatically, it happens without any humans being involved, without me doing something or telling something to happen or even flipping a switch. This just happens. You know those special things that people have on their lights? So if you walk down the street, the light turns on. Well, they're not inside their house turning on the light when you walk by their door. No, that little machine makes the light go on automatically.
Oh, motion sensor.
Yeah, in the same way that those doors in the store will open automatically as you get close to them. It's not a person, it's not someone doing it, it's the machine doing it by itself. For example, the car doors lock automatically. Sometimes when you get in and close the car doors and start driving, click, you'll hear all the doors lock by the machine doing it, not by a person. All right, let's take a break and then we'll be back with more money problems.
And answers.
Hopefully.
Hello， 大家好，我是 Hualien， 今天要继续来学银行英语。第3段对话标题是 Learning about overdraft protection， 了解透支保护。这个 protection 它具有保护、防护的意思。那么 overdraft 它是指透支，那它的动词则是 overdraw。这个三态呢，则会是 overdraw。Overdrew, overdrawn。好，再看到对话里面的 Danny， 他就来到银行，他告诉行员说，他最近开了一个大学支票账户，这个账户应该没有收取任何月费的啊，可是却在上一次的对账单，他看到了一大笔费用哎。行员调出他的账户，发现 Danny 他被收取一小笔费用，是因为他透支了账户余额。Danny 以为有这个透支保护，他就不会因为账户余额是负的，然后被收取费用啊。 行员解释说，透支保护啊，主要的目的是要确保说，即使你在款项不足的情况下，也能够完成交易。那如果用户透支账户余额，这个透支保护就会自动从连结的账户来汇款，也就是说你钱不够，然后就直接帮你从连结的那个账户汇款过来。这时候当然还是会被收取一笔转账费了。好，我们来看单字 funds。Funds 在这边是名词，表示款项、资金。当这意思的时候，它是用复数形哦。那 funds 它也可以用来表达可能是特定用途的基金啊、专款。再看到 automatically 这个副词表示自动地。好，那这边一个重点，我们进入文法时间。好，这边一个重点是要来做 even if 和 even though 的比较。Even if 是 if 的强调说法，表示即使、就算。那么后面接的子句呢，是在描述某个条件或是假设的情况。这个情况啊不一定会成立。那么 even if 就是在强调，无论那个情况是否成立，都不影响结果。例如 ，Even if it rains tomorrow, we will still go to the amusement park. 就算明天下雨，我们还是会去游乐园。那这边补充一下 ，even though 则是 though 或是 although 的强调说法，表达即使、虽然、尽管怎么样。那么后面接的子句呢，是在描述确定的状况或是已经发生的事实，强调说虽然某种情况成立了，但还是有这样的结果。举例来说 ，Even though it rained, we still had fun at the amusement park. 尽管下雨，我们还是在游乐园玩得很开心。接回课文中。
Holly is at the bank.
My parents want to send an international wire transfer to my checking account. What information will they need?
They'll need the full name of the account holder, account number, branch number, SWIFT code, and routing number.
I see. Are there any fees? And how long will I have to wait to receive the money?
There are fees to both send and receive wire transfers. For international wire transfers, the fee is $15 to receive one. You can expect to receive the transfer within 3 to 5 business days.
All right, we are back with situation number 4 at the bank. Part 4 is asking about a wire transfer. That doesn't mean I'm passing wires like a wire to plug in your cell phone, not that kind of wire. Here we're talking about basically sending money through computers, kind of like sending money through the internet. This would be something important and very useful if you were in a foreign country, you don't have any money there, you don't have a bank account there, but you need money. Maybe you're on holiday and you've had an accident or an emergency.
Oh gosh.
This is the kind of situation where you might want to wire money. And because of law, right, you can't really just send money around the world because there's taxes. They don't want bad guys, selling drugs and then moving their money to other places. You might think that, I'm just sending $500 to my friend in America. You might think, well, that's easy. It's not always easy. So let's find out what's going on here. It's our friend Holly.
Oh, Holly's back.
Holly's back at the bank. All right, so what does Holly have to say? Holly says, my parents want to send an international wire transfer to my checking account. Okay, so maybe Holly did a bit of shopping and she needs a bit of extra money, or she's going on holiday, whatever. She's getting a bit of extra money from her parents, and so she wants to know what information will they need, because of course they're in another country. They can't just transfer the money using a banking app. It's not that simple when it's international. So what do they need?
They'll need the full name of the account holder, account number, bank branch number, SWIFT code, and routing number. So I know the SWIFT code is this American thing.
It's international.
International thing.
Absolutely. So that's basically.
I don't really use that here, though.
Well, if you're sending money overseas, you do use it. Last time I used it, I sent some money home for my niece at Christmas. It took about an hour at the bank. doing all the money transfer stuff. And yes, you'll need a lot of these different codes and numbers and things like that. What is a code? A code is basically a secret number that gives you access or uses information, but basically they don't want
password.
Yeah, they don't want everyone to know. So it's basically just a number or a bunch of letters. It doesn't make sense if you read it, but if you give it to someone who can understand the code or a computer, everything will be fine. Think of that number you put in at the ATM machine that lets you get into your bank account, but other people can't because they don't know the code. For example, only those with the proper security code can enter this room. And yeah, same type of thing. Put in the right numbers, the door opens. If you don't know the numbers, the door will be locked.
So Holly says, I see. Okay. Well, she remembers everything. Okay. Are there any fees? And how long will I have to wait to receive the money? She wants to know if she has to pay for anything, and she needs that money fast.
Absolutely. Well, the bank teller says there are fees to both send and receive wire transfers.
Gosh.
You can't send money without the bank's help, so they'll help you, but you have to pay. It won't be too much, but you do have to think about that because there will be extra money involved there. For international wire transfers, the fee is $15 to receive one. That's like 300, 400 NT, something like that. So probably less than 500 NT. Not too much, but do remember that. And that's to send the money or to get the money. So it doesn't matter what you're doing, you have to pay the fee. And how long will it take? That was Holly's other question. The teller tells Holly, you can expect to receive the transfer within 3 to 5 business days. Basically, that doesn't count Saturday and Sunday. So 3 to 5 days, but only Monday through Thursday. So basically, if you're waiting for it on Friday, you might have to wait till Wednesday of next week because they don't count the weekend.
Yeah, I guess she'll have to be hungry for a weekend.
Well, you know, it's got to be planned a little carefully if you're buying your Christmas presents or something, for example. All right, guys, well, that's all the time we have today. We hope some of this will at some time, and I'm sure it will, actually, help you out when you have a visit to your local bank. It can be a little scary in there. You don't know what you're doing, and they're using all these fancy words. But with our dialogue and a little bit of common sense, you'll be fine. So happy banking, don't spend too much, and we'll see you back here sometime very soon. Until then,
bye.
Bye-bye.
好，那么第4段对话的标题是 Asking about a wire transfer， 询问电汇。这个 wire transfer 就是指电汇。那 transfer 这个字它可以当名词或是动词来表达转账的意思。对话里面的 Holly， 她的爸妈要汇一笔跨国电汇到她的支票账户。她向行员询问说需要什么资料，行员就说需要有账户持有人的全名、账户号码、分行号码、SWIFT 代码，还有以及这个汇款路径号码。好，那么电汇汇款跟收款都是要收取费用的，那么大约会在3到5个工作天之内收到这一笔转账金额。我们就来看看单字 code。code 它表示代码、密码或是编码。文中这个 SWIFT code 就是指这个国际汇款代码，像是各个银行这种国际汇款代码，而 SWIFT 则是这个环球银行金融电信协会的英文缩写。好，在文中的 routing number 则是指汇款路径号码，它是美国用来确认国内转账交易的代码。那么以上是今天的讲解，同学别走开，马上回来哦。
Danny has returned to the bank.
I recently opened a college checking account. It's not supposed to have any monthly fees, but I saw a pretty big one on my last statement.
Okay, let me pull up your account. You were charged a small fee because you overdrew your account balance.
I don't understand. I have overdraft protection, so I thought that I wouldn't be charged for having a negative balance.
Not exactly. The main purpose of overdraft protection is to ensure your transactions are completed even if you have insufficient funds. Overdraft protection automatically transfers funds from up to 3 linked accounts if you overdraw your account balance. However, you're still charged a transfer fee.
Holly is at the bank.
My parents want to send an international wire transfer to my checking account. What information will they need?
They'll need the full name of the account holder, account number, branch number, SWIFT code, and routing number.
I see. Are there any fees? And how long will I have to wait to receive the money?
There are fees to both send and receive wire transfers. For international wire transfers, the fee is $15 to receive one. You can expect to receive the transfer within 3 to 5 business days.
Shin Chao Feng Ranch and Resort is a large leisure farm in Hualien County. This leisure farm combines a European resort with a huge ranch. The resort has a Dutch village, Japanese-style hot spring, and a large European-style garden. There are many different areas to visit on the ranch. The kids' play area has a Jurassic Park with many giant dinosaur models. The scenic area offers a grassland, garden, and lakeside trail. The bird park area includes many different species of birds. The animal area allows visitors to get close to cute animals like raccoons, rabbits, sheep, and deer. The dairy cow area contains a dairy cow nursery room for visitors to learn about the experience of being a mother cow. With so many different activities on the ranch, be sure to rent a bike and visit the gorgeous Shin Chao Feng Ranch and Resort.
See you next time!